Welcome to Travel Therapy Guides, 5-minute or less video tutorials. Today we are going to talk about why it is important to stay with your travel company. And what I am talking about is why it's important to not take one assignment with one company and then another assignment with another company. Why it's important to try to have a little bit of company loyalty. The key is to not even have to deal with switching companies. So the very first important thing I can say is try to find a great company right away. That way you don't have to deal with this. But if for some reason you are having problems with your company and you're thinking about switching, here's a couple reasons why you may want to try to stick it out. So, the 6 reasons why you may want to try to stick it out with your travel therapy company is 1, you don't have to redo all the paperwork. So in the beginning, it takes a couple days to weeks to complete all the different paperwork they have. Not just filling it out, but scanning it and handing it in, and even just waiting for the paperwork to process, waiting to receive the paperwork. So that can be a lot of hassle and stress. 2, if you switch companies, you often have to redo your TB test, even though you just had it, your blood work for your titers, and drug tests. And that's going to take time because doing blood work and drug tests, you have to get special codes from the company for the blood work and the drug tests, and then it takes a couple days for those tests to process. And in addition, if you're trying to work at the same time, you may have to take off a day of work to do the blood test and the drug test. So it's a big hassle. Third is if you stick with the same company, you are going to get your assignments quicker and easier. And that's because you're not going to have to redo the paperwork and all those various tests. They're already going to have all that in the system, and that's about 2 weeks of processing time. So you're going to save 2 weeks if you have to switch assignments by not having to redo all this paperwork. And also, it's just going to reduce your stress because you don't know how long the paperwork's going to take, you don't know how long it's going to process. You may have to, like I said, take a day off to do all these different tests and paperwork. So that can be really stressful when you're wanting to try to work and earn money. The 5th reason why you want to try to stick it out with a travel therapy company is that you get to keep your benefits. If you're staying with the same company, you're more likely to get your 401k matching, and you're more likely to get any special perks they have. So some companies may have, perks where the more assignments you get to go on a vacation, or points towards, an iPhone or a laptop. There are a lot of different programs out there, so you get to keep those perks. And then also your health insurance is stable throughout. And then lastly, your resume is going to look a lot better if you just have one travel company versus 5 or 6 different companies. Because when you go to apply to those assignments and they see that you've been with all these different companies, it's not necessarily going to stand out that you are consistent, that you are reliable. Recruiters and hiring managers want someone who is reliable, who is trustworthy, who's consistent. And so if your resume has a lot of different jobs, that may start giving you a negative connotation. Now, I'm not saying that you need to stick with a company if they're not being right to you. If they're not treating you right, then you should definitely leave that company. But companies vary, experiences vary. The key to a great company is that you want to try to find a company that meets your needs, not anyone else's, but your needs. So your desired location, setting, pay rate, and then anything else that's specific for you. So before you try to switch your company, I suggest trying to get a new recruiter if it's an issue with the recruiter, and maybe talking to the company first before switching. But once again, this video is not about that you have to stay with your company, just some reasons why you want to be a little bit loyal to your company before right away trying to switch. I hope that helps answer any of your questions, and you can always learn more at debtfreept.com or get the complete guide for travel therapy on Amazon. Thank you.